Hello dear friends, welcome to Shiksha Mantra once again. Today in Shiksha Mantra we have a discussion from English grammar. And this topic which we are going to discuss today is such a topic that's very much useful for our children. Particularly I would ask the guardians, the parents to learn it well and help your child, because most of the time you'll find this chapter in lower classes like class 5, class 6, and also it's equally important for the students of the higher classes, because most of the time I have found that our students of the higher classes, they also miss the details of this chapter. So it's time to disclose what the chapter is. So let's begin our discussion of a fresh grammar chapter here in Shiksha Mantra once again. So let's begin. Yes, dear friends, this is our topic, and the topic is question tags. Yes, it's really a very important point to discuss in English grammar. So let's start our discussion. Question tags. So if I present them with symbol, this is question, a note of interrogation, to ask something. But what do you mean by tag? If you convert tags into its verb form, you'll get this sign, that is added. So when a question is added, we call it question tag. But added to what? It's added to a statement. So we produce a statement, and for that statement we add a question. So when we add a question with a statement, we call it question tags. But the question arises, why do we add a question with a statement? This is the most important thing to understand. Why to add a question with a statement? A statement is a statement why a question is needed. Sometimes as a speaker, we try to confirm whether our listeners agree with what we have said. And for this confirmation, we add a question. And a question tag is added with the sole goal. And what's that goal? To have a confirmation from the part of the listener to make it evident that the listener also believes, the listener also agrees with what the speaker said. And that is why we use a question tag, and that's also the definition of a question tag. So we have discussed about question tags and about its details. But here we have to remember another thing. This is all about questions. How to form the question tags, this is also very much important. So here I will discuss about 5 simple rules. 5 simple thumb rules. If you remember these rules, you would find that formation of question tags is really very simple. So let's discuss those 5 thumb rules to get a very strong hold over our learning of question tags. So let's begin. So one by one, we are going to reveal the main points, the 5 thumb rules, and first of them, obviously you have to remember it for the formation of question tags. What is this? It is formed with 2 words. Yes, dear friends, for a question tag you will use only 2 words, and here's an example. It is raining. So it is raining. When we consider this one, this is actually the statement, and with the statement we have added a question tag in the form of isn't it. So this is the question tag we have added with the, yes, with the statement. Now we have said here 2 words are used. So isn't, this is one word, and it, this is the second word. So we have used only 2 words for a question tags. You can't use more than 2 words. That's a very important point and you have to remember it. So let's shift to our second rules. Let's see what's there. So here in the second rules, what it says the tense will not be changed. So you have to maintain the tense, and this is a very vital point for formation of question tags. Now look at the first example. What does it say? It says he works hard, doesn't he? So what are the key points? Works, this is the verb, and it's in simple present tense. So when we have formed the question tag, we have maintained that simple present form here as well. Not simple present form, but present, we have maintained present. Later you will find out what I am saying, not simple present but present. I will get it later on. But we have maintained the present status. And now for the second, he worked hard. Here the verb is in past. And what we have done? We have used didn't he, so we have maintained the past status for the question tag in the second. So if it's present, you will maintain the present. If it's past, you will maintain the past. If it's future, you will maintain the future. So that's what our second rule says. And now it's time for us to shift to our third rules. So let's enjoy the third rules. Yes, dear friends, our third rules is regarding the second word that we'll use in our question tags. Here we must remember that for question tags, you can use only pronouns. You can't use any other parts of speech. That means you can't use a noun. But at the same time, you must remember that the pronoun must agree with the subject. Subject of what? Subject of the statement. So here's an example. Let's check how it works. The flower is beautiful, isn't it? The flower is beautiful, isn't it? So here we are talking about this. It's a pronoun and it must agree with the subject, the flower. So for the flower, we have used it. Now, let me change it. If I change it with girl, if I say the girl is beautiful, now the question tag would be isn't. Yes, now you can't say it, it would be isn't she. So that's the point. It's very simple. Just remember, you have to use pronoun, you can't use noun. And the second point is the pronoun must agree with the subject of the statement. So that's our third point in this discussion. And now we'll shift to our fourth point, and this is really very vital point. So let's check what's waiting for us in our fourth point. Yes, dear friends, our fourth point is really very important. If you focus on it, what you'll get? It says, if the statement is affirmative, it gets a negative question tag. And if the statement is negative, it gets an affirmative question tags. So it's about changing affirmative into negative question tags and negative statement into affirmative question tags. So how does it happen? He plays pretty well. This is the statement. This is obviously the statement is affirmative. He plays pretty well. Now what we'll do? We'll make the question tag negative, doesn't he? So this is the point. When the statement is affirmative, the question tag would be negative, and the vice versa. How? The second example, he doesn't play well. Here, this is a negative statement. He doesn't play well. Now what would be the question? The question tag would be does he? So this is an affirmative question. So when the statement is negative, we have formed an affirmative question tags. So this is the fourth point, and this is a very, very vital point. You must do it. Whenever you are considering the statement, to put a question tag with this, you have to consider whether the statement is affirmative or negative, because it depends a lot about the affirmative or negative status of the statement. If it's affirmative, I am repeating, the question tag would be negative. If the statement is negative, the question tag would be affirmative. So that's all from the fourth point, and now comes the most important point, the fifth point, and this point is really very, very interesting. So let's check what's coming for our fifth points. So let's discuss it. Yes, dear friends, this is the fifth rules, which says if there is I am in a sentence, you have a fixed question tag. The question tag will be aren't I. You can't say am not I. Why? I'm discussing it point by point. The first is you can use two words only. So obviously you have to put in apostrophe T. So you can't say not. Okay. So you can't say am not I. This is not possible. Amn't I, in English language, you won't find any such expression. So here you have to use aren't I. Okay. So this is the first occasion, and the second occasion says when you'll find am not, that is a negative statement with I am. There you have the opportunity. Why? Because you can use an affirmative question tag here. So here you always am I, and there are the two examples. The first examples for A. I am a fast learner. I am a first learner. So this is affirmative with I am. So our question tag would be aren't I? And for the second, I am not a slow learner. So you can find that there is a negative statement. So here the question tag would be am I? So it's very simple. If it's with I am, you won't have to think what you'll do. Simply put aren't I. If it's I'm not, you don't have to think anything. Simply put am I. So that's all. These are the 5 very useful thumb rules to be used and remembered and used for the formation of question tags. And if you can do them well, obviously you won't find any difficulty in the formation of question tags. Only one point to be remembered, that you have to remember these facts and use them successfully in your formation of question tags. Remember the rules regarding tense, and obviously if it's do verb, you have to detect the tense and find out do, does or did, whatever is there in it. So that's all for your formation of question tags. If you have any question, you may ask it in comment box below. And also, you may follow our channel in Telegram, that is Shiksha Mantra, and our Facebook channel in Bengali of the same name, Shiksha Mantra. You'll get all the links there in the description box below. And we are returning very soon with a very interesting topic from English grammar or literature for ICSE student, CBSE student, and the student of our state boards. So we are returning very soon. Till then, bye bye. Happy learning.